In the 17th century, during the golden age of piracy, flew the river Opal. It allowed the crew from the Iridescent, whose captain native town was just nearby, to reach the seas. Countless battles and the weight of years reduced the crew to 12 men and their captain, Claude à la Barbe Grise. When he gave up the ghost, his 12 mates decided to retire from the seas. They split the remaining treasures in 13 parts, 12 for them and the last one for the lost crewmates. This treasure was hidden in a place kept secret. But without their captain to maintain unity, arguments began about the equity of the parts and the cohesion of the crew was shattered. Willing to be able to go without becoming a prey for the now ex-companions, the crew decided to break the Iridescent and build 12 rafts with the remains. Like a storm of rage from their lost captain, furious to see his whole crew breaking because of the greed, a gigantic tempest hit the area and the sailors. It was so powerful that the riverbed of the Opal was deviated miles away, leading to the disappearance of the river. We never heard about the crew again. The location of the 13th part has never been discovered, but one of the rafts was found a few years ago. It is now exposed at the Musée Barbe Grise, located in the old mansion of the captain. Maybe will you find some clues about the location of the 13th treasure in it? Since the only thing cooler than witnessing a group of pirates singing in a dark ride is to become this group of pirates with your family and friends, we are pleased to present you La Caverne d'Opale, le 13e trésor. When you will go to the museum dedicated to Barbe Grise and his crew, you will have two options. Enter the virtual queue line with your mobile phone and come back when a vehicle is available, or take part into a giant hint hunt in the existing theme park to help the museum complete Wiki Pirates. How convenient! The attraction Storyline implied that the crew already came nearby when the Opal was flowing. After the COVID-19 crisis, we are guessing that the guests won't want to stack at 4 people by square meter. We should send them enjoy the fresh air and maybe visit some shops in order to look for clues about an enigmatic skeleton rock band, for example. Possibilities offered by mobile phone are countless: take photos, enter a passcode, or record a sound clue in the background music. If guests have not finished when their time is up, no problem, they will be able to do it later. When their boarding time comes, guests will be brought in the museum room where we will explain to them how the different items on the raft work. 2 cannons, a light projector, a hurdy-gurdy, a rudder and a treasure map. Guests from each crew will be gathered to take a souvenir photo on the famous raft. A supernatural experience will make them live the memories of the crew in many scenes, from a rhythm game to a battle against a marine monster. Completing these trials will allow them to increase their worthiness score and by this way find the location of the treasure. You might want to tell me that there is nothing revolutionary yet. Here it comes! The basis of Dark Rides is to go from scene 1 to scene N. Even if efforts were made to try to randomize this process, the ride control is still in charge to decide for the guests. We'd like to shake this and are introducing a new entity, the ride director. This AI will act as a master of ride control and show control. It will pace in real time the activity of the vehicles to ensure a smooth experience for all the guests. In practice, the ride director will generate a list of accessible quests for each vehicle before dispatch. When a group has completed Wiki Pirates, the list will be directly related to the missions of the hint hunt. After the tutorial scene, guests will enter the Caverne d'Opale, which is the decision hub of the adventure. It will also allow them to fight between groups and trigger splash battle effect when the climate allows it. They will decide what to do next, helped by the treasure map. That's where the ride director will have to intervene to encourage guests to go to the right place in a timing which does not create backups. Let's see an example. 2 vehicles are heading to the same scene. The director can predict that the second one will be blocked. The director will be able to slow down one vehicle or trigger an event, like sharks, to force the second vehicle to change his course or choose another available destination. Once the cycle time is over, the director will lead the guests to the final scene. If their worthiness score is high enough, the video projection will indicate to them the position of the 13th treasure and the combination to unlock the door. It can be anywhere in your park, you decide. That concludes my presentation. See you soon on the seas.